But no, Slack was not going to let him get away with that. It's Moo on high. We already saw his reaction to his last. Moo Elam there, he was very, very happy. If we get to see this win moment, it could be everything for the kid as he punches his way to finals. But there is still a tall task in front of them. They have to fight their way through. Magnolia and Qual on the low ground. Slack's here, who is completely positioned up to do some big plays here. He's got the momentum in his sails. Can he do it? No, that's a big shot there. 34. He gets hunted down to the hands of another player, and Qual is also going to get taken out. This is not looking good for everyone else, but it's looking great for Hype.
Yeah, Goofy Goober here cleans this up. They have so many points. If he wins this, that's another spot open. He's going for another Elam right in the face there. Vert holding the wall, trades the tags. He wins that one. Moo and the Moo allowed to fall. It's Princess and Ant all the way up. It's a 1v2.
I cannot believe that just happened. It's up to Vert by himself in a 1v2 situation. He does not have any more mats. Vert has to jump down. How in the world did Moo manage to fall there? Princess Wolf and AMT have been struggling at their draw spot day in and day out. Today, though, it just seems like things started to piece together over here. Mind you, we were just talking about how much of a struggle it was for them. They land over at the covert castle, right? They have to cross all the way through.
And now still just putting all this pressure on, but they have no mats. This is just a no mat battle. They trade a little bit. Vert goes down, and it's Princess Wolf and AMT taking it.
Not only that, they get to do it together, hand in hand, as they jump down and in sync hit the big shotgun shot there to win that game out.
Vert, my man, almost pulled some big plays out of the pocket there, but just wasn't going to be enough in the end.
7 eliminations, rounding into the 8th for the victory royale.
Hats off to Princess Wolf. Stay patient. Played the game exceptionally well considering the longest for a team.
You love to see it, and just taking advantage of unfortunate situations for other people. Sometimes you just look up and Hype is falling, and you're like, alright, I guess I have to play high ground now if it's just going to be gifted to me. But the thing I liked most about that is they dropped at the same time. A lot of times you see that 2v1 situation, a player gets overzealous, they try and drop down and win the game, play hero ball, and these two perfectly, same time, clean it up and take the dub.
Yeah, definitely, and that was just
round number 4 here. We do have another game in front of us.
I need to look at the standings, though, so I'm going to send it on over to our guys at the desk. Let's get over there.
All right for a second here. Now, yesterday, okay, we saw that Nets and Spark were in 45th position before getting through the finals. Looking at the stats just now before the leaderboard updated itself, all the way down at 49th was Princess and AMT. That is crazy. One place off the bottom, and they suddenly project themselves all the way through to final Sundown. This is the thing dreams are made of, my friend.
I mean, it's everything you could want in this type of format. When the victory royale will send you through, when your back is against the wall, when there's only 2 games there, you have nothing else to play for. Granted, they had tomorrow to play for, so we would have had some more opportunities, but what a better spot to get in. When you're able to kind of just know that, like, hey, the victory will put us through here, you're going to sharpen down a little bit, and they made the individual plays, and as the casters noted, they took advantage of some unfortunate situations that happened there to everyone else on Hype.
Oh, Moo has got to be just wondering how he could let that happen when he was chilling up on the high ground, and then all of a sudden the victory round gets stolen right out from under him. But Princess Wolf and AMT, they're doing it all. They are going to be getting their first points of the day. It's going to be a victory after they'll be straight to the finals, and it's going to be their first FNCS finals for them, actually. So that is awesome. One thing I can't ecstatic.
Oh, I mean, it's, you know, you'll be floating on air right. It's going to be unbelievable knowing that you are there in the finals after such a torrid day two. Suddenly, you qualify. Let's take a look at some of the other teams as well. Obviously, we'll have a look at the kind of the leaderboard shortly, where we're going to see really what players and teams need to do to get into finals in those last spots here. Clarity and Slacks, a team that I picked earlier on today, and they actually had a pretty good run there at the end. Slacks there managed to kind of... They took high ground so early on. I think that was the problem here, and they just ran out of mats, and that's such a... I mean, this is a time timing thing here? Is this just kind of a loss of focus for a second? Because going that early, knowing that there's no one else around you, naturally, you're going to fail. You're going to have to come down at some point and engage.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit while we were sitting there on the analyst desk, and it seems like a lot of these players, particularly on NAEs, just maybe aren't watching Europe. They're not taking the time to go and see how these games are playing out, because with the exception of one single game that we saw yesterday, it was game number 1 with Janus and Vortex, any team who has taken hype in the 50-50 zone in NA East in Europe has not won the game out. You burned through way too many mats, and you saw even that first pull went like island to island across the lake. They had to burn their launch pad and still build all the way up. Like, if you commit to hype that early, you better have a full inventory.
Yeah, it's sort of like a meta thing, right? Like, I love to talk about how qualifiers 1 and 2 in that first weekend, we saw, like, no hype take. So, yeah, maybe they would have won the game there, but players have adapted. They've realized that these players are running out of maps fast, and they take advantage in that 8th zone, and they just go for it.
Absolutely. Right, let's take a look at this. Let's just set the tone for you guys at home here. We've got 4 games, 4 victory royales, 4 qualifiers. Okay, now Team Sprite game 1, game 2, Pledge and Taya. We then had Ryzen Ages game 3, and in game 4, out of nowhere, Princess Wolf and AMT go through as well. Those 4 teams qualify. 1 more place up for grabs in game 5. The leaderboard, this is where I think it's really exciting right now, because 6 teams from this board go through. Sundown, let's look at the teams that are on the edges here who could go through, because it's very tight at the top, with 6 top teams now all on 3 figures.
Well, we've been so used to coming into this last game seeing a major shakeup because of the match 5 winner going through. With that being said, the 49th place duo won match number 5. So now it looks pretty much the same. Let's take a look immediately. All I care about right now, what's happening at 6 and 7. Fabled Taco and Jackson at 104, and then Ab and Enka's at 98. So a 6-point gap between the crowd, and even then an 8-point gap after that. So those are going to be 2 of our focal points. But anybody who's in that 4th, 5th, and 6th spot right now, Vivid, they still need to have at least a decent game, put some points on the board.
Yeah, definitely just need a couple of points to secure themselves a top 6, but let's not forget, I love to stress the fact that we have a Victory Royale that leads you straight to the finals as well. So any of these teams, right, it's looking a little grim for the top 6, but it's not looking grim in terms of the Victory Royale. Yes, maybe you haven't been playing so well on the day, but you got to take a little bit of inspiration from what just happened in game 4. 49th place team gets the Victory Royale. It can happen to anybody.
They really can. I mean, what's interesting is what we talked yesterday about, like Donnie and Macwood, Vixen Day, teams that didn't get the Victory Royale, but just continue just to have, you know, kind of express themselves and show everybody that they are here, they mean business, they want to go to the finals, they're going to qualify with the points. And even though Noxious Duo hasn't actually got the Victory Royale, they're still sitting pretty and just enjoying themselves out there and putting on a show for us. So whether or not they do get the Victory Royale and open up some spaces, we'll have to wait and see. But this is game 5, the last opportunity for points, and of determining who those top 6 teams are going through on points, and who the last game 5 Victory Royale winner is going to be as well. It's over to Monster and SVG for the last time, the last game of the night. Let's do this thing. Over to you.
It's the last game for NA East, as we do have a lot of competition in front of us today. But hey, the train doesn't stop here. You know, there's still a lot of pressure on the line right now. Sundown said it best. Teams in 4th, 5th, and 6th definitely have their work cut out for them. No one is safe just yet. Anyone just inside that top 12 or so, I think, has a real fighter's chance to hop up.
Yeah, no doubt, and we don't know who's going to win this next match, so there could be a free 6th slot that was being held by one of those current top teams. It'll be interesting to see, because this game is about to go crazy. We're seeing a lot of places emptied out. Greasy may go wild once again. Who knows, Monster?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, if a team like Nosh wins, then, well, that's another slot available for someone. So the battle bus is ready. Let's jump into this last game of NA East.
So we basically filled, you know, our top 2, maybe let's call it top 3 spots. They've almost all but solidified it. It is this last game that decides the last 3 spots. Is someone going to do something crazy? Are we going to determine our winner at the last moment, like we've seen so many times this weekend? Nosh, Goofy Goober, taking it down one last time here at the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, they took Polarized and Nico's drop spot for a little bit. On over to Smite, though. Smite and Larson here, who for the 3rd or 4th time today have chosen to be drop spots. This time right on top of Shark Boy and Lava Girl there, shutting down the Dreams. That round here. Going back to the old trusty here. Looks like it's a fight for the Llama. Is this right? Just outside the Loot Lake? Possibly for the Llama split, but
Now it looks like Bank is coming into this area. No, he looked at it. He decided we're getting on out of there. But lots going on in this early game, deciding the last game. People may be switching it up. You know, this is your last desperate chance to qualify today. Granted, we still have 6 more games tomorrow, but if you want to get in today, you don't want to play more Fortnite tomorrow, at least not right at this level. You got to win this match or put yourself up in that top 6. You see Chonkers, it's been contested all day. It's not changing at all in this last match.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty big gap, right, from these teams in 11th place. If they want to get all the way on up, 30 points separate them from the competition. So that's 10 elims and outperforming the opponents via placement points, or, you know, just tons of placement, basically. They're really just praying for the downfall of any of those teams holding those top positions, but it's not completely over just yet as Owl gets turned on here. Big tag from Drew. Opposing Cooper really going to need to finish this one up quickly here before the backup comes in. Backup's on the way, and no, Post just couldn't do it. Owl, a little bit sharper here today.
Wow, okay, I was not expecting that to happen. Well played by Owl right there. You can't ask for better than that. A little support from Cracked coming in from the side, but man, 2 elims off the start. If you're trying to crawl back into this, just drop, you know, a 30 elim game to qualify. It's possible. We've seen 15 happen.
No, just go win. That's it. Just go. A 30 elim, highly unlikely.
Hey,
You gotta just win, man.
you gotta give the guys hope, right? But we're seeing a couple of players going for this boat over here. First action we've seen with Zenki and Ducky on the boat, just tagging up the SMG squad. They must have literally no builds to just be sitting there getting shot at.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Seems like they made a mistake. They thought, oh, look, just spawned on our side. Let's go and play after it, but it's one of those flex drops right there. You got to be careful, Zenki and Ducky, in claiming it today. It's the first points on the board, first big points for them at least. But again, these teams you're watching on the screen right now, all that matters is that victory royale, these early game fights. Honestly, if that even becomes a factor, which it should, right? Because all these guys have a true chance.
Oh, no doubt. At some point, Surge will be a factor. We're seeing some plays right on the zipline. Noisy able to win that one. Dave Fan getting sent back to the lobby. Now it's a 2v1 to clean this up. Can last place Curse and Noisy find J-Man on the way out. J-Man's doing his best left foot, right foot escape. But is it going to work? It looks like he's going to be able to get out of here for a second. Don't know that this will last.
Yeah, puts a little stop here onto last place Curse. So fortunately, though, he is starting to run out of space here. Oh, he tries to fake him out. He's underneath the ledge there. Does he reveal himself? Yes, he does. Out he goes. Now last place recognizes exactly what's going on. That might have been the big mistake there. I think he should have just gotten out when he had the chance.
It's a smart play.
You can't actually eliminate him. There is the only basically you need like a clinger, or, you know what I mean. You need some way to get an explosive or something underneath the build. Maybe a gas canister you throw it in. You know, like very few ways to eliminate him at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna have to move at some point. He's probably gonna want to get his boy's card to get him back up. And Noisy will just stay here and wait. I mean, look at the loadout. That tells me I'm fine. I'll take some shots. J-Man gonna get on out of there, but oh, Smite Larson getting in another fight here. This is what they're known for at this FNCS, just taking all these fights.
Yeah, at this point, you know what? They've played such an aggressive game since the beginning. You know, I'm sure it's going well for their careers at this point. And a lot of people giving them a lot of respect right now. And you kind of have to at this point. They've proven what they can do. I'm super curious. Like, if they don't end up winning this round and qualifying tomorrow, if they just play nice and easy and show us what they got in the placement compartment. It is pretty exciting seeing what teams like this can do once they make it all the way through to the end. It's pretty clear that Larson's got what it takes. Just take a look at the mechanics right now. Very, very clean elimination onto Shiesty right there.
Able to clean that one up too, and now I'm gonna try and chase down this last elim if they're able to get it. Looks like Rhythm's gonna jump in the car. Oh, they got it. they're diving on this if they have any kind of movement, but I don't think they do, and Rhythm's gonna squeak out of there with very little HP.
I was ready for them to punch in those headshots right there. Ding, ding.
Nonetheless, they'll have to find some other players to go take a fight with because Rhythm, he's not about it right now. He's walking on out of here trying to find a little